Miracle of nature. This is an amazing incident that happened in America. Kris Kobel is an American citizen. Once Lori was traveling on the highway with her 3 children in her small car. 2 daughters, Kyle and Emma, and a son, Katie, were sleeping in the back seat. After taking the children to the park and doing some shopping, she had to stop at a traffic light. A container came from behind with a load of 20 tons. The speed was 90 kilometers. The brakes did not work. It crushed the back of Lori's car. Everyone was seriously injured. Both girls died on the spot. The son also stayed in the hospital for a few days and reached his sisters. Lori suffered serious injuries in the accident and went into a coma. When Lori regained consciousness, she first asked about the children. Her husband told her the shocking news that all 3 had passed away. What could have happened now? The grieving mother was left in tears. The driver of the container was an employee of a multinational company. He had been arrested 3 times before for breaking the speed limit. But each time the company's strong lawyer easily bailed him out of jail. This time too, he was arrested. But punishment was unlikely. Now, Kris and Lori, whose world had already turned upside down, were waiting for people in the parks. When they saw their children playing, mountains of sorrow would fall on them. Whenever Lori would see a child or hear children's voices coming from the neighboring house, she would also start crying like a child. What case would this grief-stricken couple fight? What about paying the lawyers' fees in the courts? Instead of detouring, they decided to entrust the matter to Allah, who is the best avenger. Then the driver of the container himself was also the father of 3 children. Lori told Kris that our children have already reached heaven. Now if they fight the case, their compensation cannot be found in this world. If this driver also goes to jail for a long time, what will happen to his children? Therefore, we forgive him. Allah Almighty will give us compensation. Kris listened to his wife and entrusted the matter to the Lord and remained silent. There was no blood money or bloodshed from the driver. He was released and went home. All this was happening in the court of the world. A court was also set up on the throne of God. The judge was watching all this. Now it was the turn of the decision from there. Since the accident had badly injured Lori, therefore, there was apparently no possibility of her becoming a mother again. But when the Lord wills, all the apparent reasons fail and her desire takes practical form. Just 6 months had passed when Lori became a little sick. When she got a medical checkup, it was found that she was pregnant with twins, 2 daughters and a son. When the giver wants to give, the reasons also make things easier. So, 3 months later, Lori gave birth to Jack, Ashley, and Ellie in a normal way. The most strange thing is that the 3 children are exactly the same as their deceased siblings. There is not a single difference between them. Ashley is an exact copy of her deceased sister Emma, and Ellie is an exact copy of Coyote. While Jack is exactly like Kyle, not only in appearance but also in habits, mannerisms, speech patterns, and even feelings. He's like the deceased siblings. After forgiving the driver and entrusting the matter to the Lord, he filled Lori's yard with the sound of bubbles again. He completely forgot the grief of his deceased children. Lori says that it seems that Allah Almighty has placed the souls of my deceased children in these twins and returned them to me. I am very happy with this grace of our Lord. Indeed, goodness is not wasted and Allah Almighty rewards patience in this world. Several American newspapers, American news channels and news sites have published this incident under the title of Miracle. The twins on the right and the deceased child on the left. Tell me if there is any difference. If you like the story, please subscribe and share. Thank you.